Greetings now, you proud sons of the All-Father. Welcome back to Attila Total War. Now this is a special kind of episode. I only intend to make one episode with my glorious and beloved Saxons. This is actually my Twitch campaign, but I've taken some turns into that, so we're already at the year of 415. So a good few turns. And for anyone who hasn't been following my Twitch, I can just tell the story about the Saxons really quickly. Now obviously the Saxons, along with the Angles and the Jews, were the major Germanic ethnicities or faction that came to Britain after the Roman Empire fell, and this game obviously goes quite well along with the historical context. So if you're interested in that time period, such as I am, then it's the game for you. So basically what we had here was, we started here, but then we had a civil war with Saxon separatists taking the land away from us. So, but we had already migrated to Britain, and I had great territories of land here as well, like in my campaign at least. But now I'm taking most of Britain, and I thought to make this episode because I haven't subjugated Britain altogether yet. We still have an army of Picts, so Scottish troops right there. We have some more Picts. We have some Romano-British rebels. So so these are the guys that you know, Britain's still holding on to the Roman culture a bit, because the legions, when they had to defend Rome, most of the legions left Britain to fend for itself. And then actually there was Britain kings, stupidly enough, a really fucking foolish thing to do. They decided to hire mercenaries from the Germanic tribes, and then the Germanic tribes just came in great numbers and pushed away the native Britons in all actuality and captured this land. But for me right now, I am obviously a Germanic guy. My fair maiden is Celtic. I love both my Celtic true friends and my Saxon true friends. So this is history, not politics. Either fucking way. We have some Caledonians, obviously a Scottish faction as well there. So let's get into the gameplay. And the British Isles are by no means subjugated, so I'm gonna end the turn. And now the story of the British Isles is a very interesting one. The large Germanic migrations to the British heartlands, and I actually do enjoy Saxon aesthetics. It feels, yeah, as I said, like, since my fair maiden is Irish and the hereditary enemies of the Saxons, so it feels like a bit of a guilty pleasure. But then again, it was a long time ago. No one cares about it now. Now it's fucking Team Europe. Celts, Saxons, very similar culturally and genetically speaking either way. So there's no sense in harboring resent for each other today, right now. And also I will hopefully get my hands on a Sutton Hoo helmet. That's the traditional Saxon helmet, you know, with the face mask and everything. Can be utilized in photo sessions to become really epic pictures. Because now I only have Hellenic helmets, but I want to utilize some more Northern European, like Celtic or Germanic aesthetics as well in my work, as it were. So I'm looking forward to that. Alright, so let's get into the gameplay. And as I said, I will only make one episode here so that you who haven't perhaps followed a campaign can get a glimpse of what a longer campaign is in all actuality. So we have a rebellion imminent. We have a great many cavalry units, and we can actually get into combat directly. And you see the balance of power here indicates that I am having a rather large advantage power-wise, and I usually never take those obvious victories because there isn't really any excitement in them. So now we've crushed the rebellion here, and we have also leveled our army here, so we have traditions that the army can have. So then we're gonna look at some cool traditions to choose here. So we're gonna go with domestic devotion. So some economical bonuses here in all actuality. Always nice. Epic camp following. And we got minus in upkeep, which is awesome. Really nice. So now that we've crushed this rebellion, have a strong positional strength there, and obviously Londinium. We're gonna take our glorious men to go up here and see if we can take this little settlement from the Caledonians. And now they've actually exited the lands here. So we're looking at the rebellion here as well. We're gonna keep this rather large army here to crush that rebellion later on. And then you see we can also build a lot of things. So lime maker, or we can go with a bone crafter, or a smithy. I'm gonna look at the wealth there. You see 600 from industry, really good. Got 750 from industry, so that's obviously top stats. We're gonna go with that and see how much money we have during the later rounds. We also have a rather large army here, ready to face these guys, and then we'll also try to look at the possibility of taking. Looks like it's around the Dublin area in all actuality, so I'm gonna try to look at taking that. And then we can also look at the family tree, which is, we have our glorious Sendred here. And you see that's a Sutton Hoo helmet, like really fucking glorious and epic helmet. Love the aesthetics, true friends, and I love this fucking game. We can also assign governors to different provinces. So we have 3 governors here, and then you can issue edicts. So we have resettlement, construction cost minus 10%, and growth plus 10. So I'm focusing a bit on the economic things. And same here, and there I'm going with the religious influence, 4+ Germanic paganism, and that is because we have to convert the people, otherwise they will be discontent in living in our Germanic pagan society. So we can look at the rate here. We can look at the religion details. So Germanic paganism 16%, Greco-Roman paganism 23% almost, Celtic paganism also 23%. So you see there's different religions that you have to take into account when you play. So it's a really deep and complex game. Once you get into it, it becomes very interesting. So I'm gonna take another turn here and see what the crack is in all actuality. And I suppose there will come a new like expansion or downloadable content that Total War will release when they only focus on Britain, and then I will make a lot of Let's Plays on that, because as I've said in the past on numerous occasions, the British history is a great interest for me, and as I might have mentioned before, it's mainly due to the fact that British authors, since I like to read in English, because the supply on historical fiction books in Swedish aren't that great, because Sweden is such a small language opposed to English. So, and also to train my English, I like to oh, hey ho, look at that, we have a battle on our hand. I'm actually gonna take that, see what we can do. And you see they outnumber us, and the balance of power is greatly in their favor. We have a diminished force of only cavalry, but we're gonna see what we can do. We can cause enough damage on them to make it easier for our guys later on to take them down. So I'm just gonna try to wreak as much chaos and mayhem in them as possible. I'm gonna try to take out their general as well, because when their general is dying, their morale drops and they're more likely to run from the battlefield in all actuality. So as I was gonna say, yeah, British authors like to write about British history, obviously, as is appropriate, and Roman history. So those two areas have been special interest of mine since I've read so much about it. Because if you read about something quite a bit, then you want to read more and know more, etc. So it's a positive spiral upwards. Alright, so we have the battle set up right here. We actually have one onager as well. I don't know how much that poor fellow can do, but we're gonna start the battle and see where they are coming from. You see, we have a highly mobile force here. Okay, there they are. We're gonna split up the force here.
Enemy reinforcements have been spotted.
And now, for those of you who have watched most of my Let's Plays, especially my Total War ones, know that I always complain about if I don't have cavalry. Now I have loads of cavalry, so now let's see what my true capacities as a gaming general is. Onagers! And we're obviously gonna go for their warlord. I'm gonna try to get around them. Try to annihilate them before their allies land. So we got a combined force of Picts and Caledonians. So Scottish true friends. Hold on. And we're actually gonna switch the focus to them. Saxon Lancers! Now, All-Father, I love you!
Saxon Lancers!
All-Father! That's exactly how it goes. If you dare stand against me. And the graphics are just glorious. We're gonna admire the charge. All-Father!
A lethal blow.
AC there. Now we have taken out the general. Warriors of the North. I'm gonna try to open them up to flank charges and rear charges. So, I'm gonna try to engage them to the front here. And these guys will go on the flank and the rear. Now, Talos, I love you. Charge! Oh. There we go. Yes. Sick. So sick. Beautifully done.
This is a shameful display.
Oh, look at that. They have landed. I'm gonna flee with my general. He does not want to be stranded there all by himself. And you don't want to be stranded with your cavalry units either. They are good at charging.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives. We are losing.
So you want to
our
disengage every now and then so you can charge again. Never surrender. So we're gonna look at charging these now. Now, Talos, I love you. Oh. Sick, bro. We're gonna admire the action for just a bit, but I want to keep.
Our men return to the fight.
You know, obviously spearmen are good against cavalry. So you see, we have disabled their first force, but they're coming at us again with their whole fleet. So
men are broken and are fleeing.
We have to contend with that. Talos, I love you! Midas charge. Whoa. Boom. And a very solid tactic is to have infantry tying up their infantry and then hammering them from behind. No homo. To get the rear charge in. So we're gonna try to get the same charge here. Rear charge. Beautiful. There we are. Wow. Sick. And then you see they're breaking there.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shame.
And the same here. Boom. Thank you for that, based Saxon Lancers. So I'd say we have wreaked a good bit of Chaos Mayhem, but you see they have a large fleet there coming up against us. So the battle is not very much in our favor. But as I said, like they had a balance of power. So my main goal was just to wreak as much chaos as possible to open up the possibility for coming armies to conquer these fine lands. Now we have the last of their first attack, which I think we can actually deal with. Wow. We have our warlord there. We're gonna try to get around with our cavalry units. We don't have that many of them left, but okay, that was a stupid idea. Back. They turned around and braced against us, which is not a good idea to run in with your horses against a spear wall. My point was I wanted to get around, get in here. Now, Talos, I love you! Oh, well, exactly like that. That's exactly how you perform a rear charge, as it were. Now we've broken one of the units, Nordic Brigade, and now what we can do, we're gonna run after one of our units, which will leave their flanks open to the other units, and I'm gonna speed up the gameplay here a bit. And there they are broken. So there, we're broken their main army, but you see the fleet is coming in there. We don't really have that much left of our army, so we're just gonna look at the possibility of breaking a few of these and might edit away the end of the battle. Alright, dear friends, they are nearing, and we will try to do the same thing as we did with other units, which will be to get in as many rear charges as possible. So there, our general has tied them down, and look at this beautiful graphics. I love it. And there comes the rear charge. Yes, Yes. Yes, please.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
And now we're gonna try to get in there as well. And we're ready to charge here. All Father, I love you. And there comes the other one. Yes. Beautiful. Thank you very much for that. Musik. Fusik. Now fearless warriors. And our general is fleeing highly blasphemous. Okay, a valiant defeat. Valiant indeed. And you see, they sustained quite heavy losses, so I'm actually quite content with that victory in all actuality. So we'll see what the good old Picts can be up to next. Perhaps they'll sack a settlement or two, but they will retake it. This is the glorious Battle of Britain. And we're just gonna out-resolve that. And also, a true friend have actually made a really well-made documentary of about an hour about the Saxons and the pagan religion. I will link it below. It costs like $3, but I don't know what else you could spend $3 on. So if you have an hour and $3, I suggest you check that video out. From runes to ruins, about the Saxons in England. Very interesting for those who are interested in British history and paganism. So Germanic paganism with good old Odin and Woden, as is the Saxon name for it, and Wotan in German. So highly recommended documentary right there. And there we go, the Caledonians have rebelled against us. A rebellion imminent. So you see, it's full action. Never no rest, no retreat. And here's also a thing. You see, the public order is -80, but it's increasing with 20 every turn. And that's because miscontents and rebellious people are joining the rebellion, so they're drawn out of the settlement. So we can actually... We could wait until this army is bigger, Celtic rebels, because then our public order will increase. So I'm actually just gonna have this army here, I think, and then we'll utilize armies down here to deal with these guys. So we're gonna look at the possibility of recruiting, and we're just gonna go directly with the biggest and baddest units we got. So a huge cavalry force in making right there, actually. And now we see this general has leveled, so you can choose skill set here, and it does different things. So we got here Judge, which decreases corruption with 10%, which is really good, because corruption is obviously never a good thing to have. So what we're gonna do here in good old Scotland, little garrison there. We have a little rebel army. We're gonna keep this big army here because they have also, they're threatening us, the sons of Smertios, with a fleet there. So what we have done right now is we're recruiting. We're gonna take the turn. Okay, look at that, unassigned skill. Go with as well, and then you can choose household gains, legionary patera, recruitment cost, and upkeep. Perfect. And then here also. Architect. Brilliant. So we're gonna take the turn. So what we've done is basically to recruit some units, wait for the rebellion to increase in strength of it, and then subjugate them. So we have a few more battles in this episode for optimal glory, as it were. So yeah, really immersive game, and some of the updates from Total War Rome 2 is politics and the family tree and the technology tree and the building. Yeah, basically a lot of new features. So I'd say that Attila is a great improvement from Rome. Obviously, I love Rome still, and it's different time periods. So right now I'm more interested in this time period, as it were. And look at that, we have another battle on our hand. We're actually gonna... We'll see what we can do. I don't suppose we can win this battle, but I'm gonna try to snipe the general, as it were. Alright, so we're in the battle. Located the general, which is Auxerix, Nordic warlord. So what we are looking to do is getting him out of the combat. We're gonna defend with everything up on this hilltop. Just keep them in here, and these horse units can actually be deployed out here. I'm actually gonna take two... No, they can't be deployed out there. These can't either. So so yeah, these guys will deploy here and then run to the forest and hide. So we're gonna start the battle. So what I'm aiming for right now is to take down their general. And then the hilltop here. And you see the civilians also are there. Here's the gym, by the way. This building right here is
The enemy has been spotted.
So yeah, we can deploy there, but that's not the important thing right now.
We are losing our advantage.
There is their general. So as quickly as possible to the forest. And these guys will have to look out for the mercenary Germanic hurlers there, because they can wreak some serious carnage among our men. You see they have... They're beginning right now. And okay, we didn't get into the forest in time, unfortunately. But we can charge here at least. Now, Old Father, I love you! Charge! Ah, sick, bro. And now, we don't want to get mired in combat there. I'm gonna try to continue to flee while we try to harass these bastards with so they try to advance under the fire. What I'm looking at doing now is getting rear shots on them. So instead of a rear charge, I'm trying to get them nicely positioned with their backs towards my skirmisher. Okay, so now charge. Glory to Macedon. Now get at them, boys. And you see our skirmishers behind can just throw in their spears. The simple rear charge tactic, but instead of charging, you actually shoot at them. And obviously we're trying to take out their general there. And now they've also charged the settlement. make a spear wall here. I'm gonna make a second spear wall right there, and you see they have begun to burn our settlement. The bastard! How dare they? How dare they burn our settlements like that? I'm keeping these at the barricades. See what the crack might be. Oh, look at that! There came another army. How blasphemous! So yeah, we were highly outnumbered. I'm gonna speed up the gameplay until we lose.
One of our units can no longer fire. The men have broken and are fleeing.
So there goes our chance to sniping the general as well. I didn't make particularly good effort there, but it is what it is. So now it's just a matter of they will swarm us eventually, because you see they have a numeric advantage there.
The men are running. Stand and fight, damn you!
So let's edit away the rest of the battle, because this is what will happen. They will come up here, break down our barricades, kill these guys, and the same here basically. Alright, there we go. You see the... So we'll see what they're gonna do now. They have defeated us. They have sacked settlement. So destroyed some of our buildings. We have to reconstruct it once we get our hands on them and punish them for their heinous crimes. So I'm gonna look at getting in another combat in this episode for optimal gains. When I started the episode, I thought like I'd have the whole of Britain subjugated under me by the time I finish this, but okay, look at this. We have another battle on our hands, and it's the British upstarts. They haven't subjugated themselves to the Saxon rule, and why should they? I respect the fact that they are trying to resist us. So we're looking at a general unit, heavy, and combat attentis, spearmen, also heavy, and then 2 siege units. So we're gonna try to get to the siege units as soon as possible and surround them and utilize our superior numbers.
We hunger for blood and battle.
And look at this.
Suffered much from the enemy.
Devastation, look at that. We will actually not
Warriors, spread out.
wait one bit. I'm gonna try to get to their siege equipment as soon as possible, because otherwise they will demoralize our units via further breaking down our settlement. Now they don't have any missile units, which is very nice for us. So hopefully we can get in with our cavalry to take out their siege equipment. The English mist here is... Now then. All Father, I love you! Oh, look at that. We got... shot there.
Keep him alive.
And... Alright then, now. We're gonna try to surround them. Saxon spears. And this, for me, this is the 5th century AD. The bleak and hopeless situation. We've been caught by their general. It's not good one bit.
Ambush troops have been detected.
Now, Talos, I love you. You see, the proud Romans are defiantly trying to fight off the Germanic tribesmen there. Classical scene from British history. Getting it right here. And see, now they're broken. They're broken. Combatentes could not stand. And now we're drawing away the general from the siege equipment so we can get in and take the siege equipment as soon as possible. Because we don't want to get shot at, not one bit. And then we'll try to deal with their general's unit separately. It might be a tough unit to break. Because you see there is let's admire them actually. Wow, look at those. That's rather glorious, even though it's the enemy. Love it. But we're gonna try to get around them, get a flank charge, get a rear charge. Warriors of the North, men of the North. So, our spearmen here will serve as the... okay, perhaps they will not. Someone needs to engage them from the front. But it won't be my cavalry units, because they will be in the background, actually. Right now, true friends, we have the battle right there. I'm gonna position myself just beneath them and try to throw in javelins. Fire, proud sons of the North. Now, all Father, I love you. There we are, beautiful. And I want to keep this open for our spears, so I will not engage with these spearmen just yet. See, we have the missiles there. Okay, brilliant. Heroic victory. Ta-ting. Highly glorious to defend this Saxon territory against our Britannic rebels, as it were. We have the option of taking on warriors, so our units are replenished by 3%, and I think that's the honorable thing to do in all actuality. So, rebellion, settlement sacked. Faction encountered Huns. That's disturbing, to say the least. So we got the rebel army here. We could subjugate them right now. We're gonna look at the possibility of
ready for orders. For the tribe.
I'm gonna fortify this settlement to see if they come again. And they'll be more than welcome to try. I'm gonna recruit some more glorious units right there. I'm also gonna recruit some here in Londinium as well. We'll go with even more horsemen right there. We're actually gonna see, look at the possibility of. Okay, they have a fleet.
Ready for orders.
They do have a fleet there, indeed they do. And we're gonna raise another force. Champion rider. We're gonna reinstate the legacy, and you always take the one with the highest highest level there. So there we go. I'm gonna recruit some units there as well. Nordic warriors are obviously glorious. So I'm gonna take one more turn and see what the crack is before I end this episode. So this was more like just showing my Twitch campaign. If you haven't followed me on Twitch already, I will try to stream on Fridays and Sundays, where true friends can check in, just hang out a bit in the chat, just discuss, ask me questions, and I chime in the discussion. Just try to keep that chill evening where true friends can just check in and say, hey, what up, and I say, give them a surprise flex to show that I care and stuff like that. So feel free to follow me on Twitch, and you can sign up that you get like a mail notification every time I start streaming, and I also announce it on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook when I will Twitch, so like 5 hours before I begin the stream, so you're updated on that. So if you haven't followed me on either of those channels, links are in the description box in all actuality. And I also just wanted to talk a bit about Saxons and Picts and Caledonians and stuff like that. So we see now they're on the way out, the Caledonians and Picts. They don't want to fight us anymore. Okay, there we actually got the charge from the rebels, but oh, my brave Celtic brothers, I will just auto-resolve that, because the excitement kind of goes away a bit when it's so obvious that I will win in all actuality. So, but I'm gonna take on these brave warriors. So yeah, they have retreated out there. So I'm quite confident that they can't really do anything right there. We still have the rebellion here to deal with, and we also have this settlement to take.
Ready for orders.
And this guy obviously leveled. So yeah, that will have to conclude this glorious episode. I haven't consolidated my power in Britain just yet, but I'll do that in the coming time, maybe next time I Twitch. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the episode. As I said, this was a one-off. I will continue with my Geats campaign and the Western Roman Empire, and then in a few weeks or something, I'll start either Visigoth or Ostrogoth campaign. So I'm also looking forward to that greatly. So thank you very much for watching. Feel free to come with any comments, questions, etc. And who am I? That's a secret I'll never tell. XXO.